See the slab changing colors like stoplights, dripping candy. Have to get niggas down for the neon fusion lights. Wood wrapped in leather, candy piece curtain and float mats. All car black gold like all fields and red. Whip run fast, I don't run from no nigga. Shoot first and stand last. My sliders go bomb like an American airline blast. Houston introduced candy in the work, call it like Rash. 415 like in the centerfold. Original phones, tipping glass. See the slab got jealous like peaches jelly from preservative.
The famous, world-renowned head coach, Ricardo Hudson, man. Welcome, man, on today's podcast today. And we also got BYB megastar, Brandon Mighty Mouse Desrosier. We'll have him on later today, man. But we're going to get into it, man. What's going on, Rico, man? How you been, man?
Everything been good. I can't complain. It ain't going to do no good. You got to keep driving. You don't drive, you ain't got no drive, you ain't going to make nothing happen.
Well, you know what? The only thing that's good as for complaints is, man, people hear you, but don't nobody give a shit. They just keep pushing you on, man. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's for damn sure, man. So tell me, man, what y'all got out there, man? What's going on in Florida, man? What is in the fucking water, bro? Because I see this year you're going to have another good squad, right?
Oh, yeah, we doing our thing right now. We undefeated so far, 3-0.
So, man,
6U and 8U.
Okay. So I kind of want you to tell the viewers, man, on how actually you did this, how you started this, and how you've been doing this and sponsoring these youths, you know, since back whenever the first day you picked up
it's been over 30 years. Since like 94.
Okay.
So I've been doing it all these years, and I'm still yet to open a nonprofit.
And that's in the works, of course. You know, we talked about some certain things that we got going, but man, introduce your team though, man. What's the name of your team? What league are you guys in, man? So these guys know whether come watch y'all on whether it's online, live streaming, or give them some information about y'all and your league.
We're the Riviera Beach Chargers, and it's a city league, but of course, I do my own thing. I sometimes they don't want me to do certain things, but I'm a fighter. I go against the grain, because when I go against the grain means things that they don't want me to do, I still do, because it's in the benefit for the kids and it's in the best interest of the kids. Some people get out and coach kids and they'll say that kids can't do this and can't do that, but they got to understand these new kids are not like we were when we were growing up. These kids are more advanced. So I'm the one that's going to always challenge his mind, because I believe that he can do it. And if he can keep doing it, he can keep getting better, because our future depends on positivity. We can't allow these kids to get caught up in all negative stuff, because all that negative stuff going to do is destroy our community as our people as a unit.
Mm-hmm. So let me ask you, they didn't try to Teddy Bridgewater your ass?
Yeah, Teddy a good dude, man. Teddy a real good dude. Yeah. I got much respect for him.
You know, I feel like it's real fucked up, bro, because it's more so are they trying to punish him for coming back to the community that he grew up in, that made him the man that he is today, in the same fucking school that puts his content out, retires his jersey and brings him back for events to sponsor their school and get money off of. Then they want to tell him he can't pay for their food.
But Teddy did what I do.
Yeah.
There's some things they don't want you to do. We're against the grain on that. We are trying to make these kids make it. And if we ain't got nobody pushing these kids, letting kids know that, hey man, if you need a little boost, even if I ain't got nothing, I can give you a little bit of what I got to help you get on by. You ain't got to go out there to the street to do that. You need to talk, you can always call my phone. It's wide open.
And the funny part about it is, to me, is because it's nothing but love that we're recycling. It's no different from what they'll do for their kids, and give them all in the best of all that is in the world and every opportunity. So I don't see nothing that's wrong with them, which will bring me into my next question, though, man. What does it mean to you and a person like Teddy to see kids in y'all program instead out on the streets, man? Like what difference can it provide for them, socially, mentally, emotionally, spiritually? What can that do for them, man? Those youth that's out there.
If you reach out to some of the kids, that's all some of them looking for. That's what a lot of them need. They need somebody to reach out to pull them in. Because some of them stuck out in the rain. All they need is a little umbrella. You can bring if you can go out there, man, and if you can save 2 or 3 kids every year, you did wonders. Because I'm quite sure there are other people somewhere else that's still saving kids in other ways than what I'm doing.
Yeah,
You
it
know?
is, man.
And
Absolutely.
then like on Sunday morning from 9 to 12, I got my little team. I got a guy that in Round Rock, Texas. He a great support. John Jackson, um, Clarity Risk Management, and then Dale Shepard. He used to play football for the Dallas Cowboys years back. And then I got Emmanuel Cook that helped me out a little bit. He makes sure like if I need somebody to fire that grill up. He there.
E-Man.
Yeah,
I know E-Man. I definitely know E-Man, man, from back in
yeah.
my
So
ball
he
days over at
he
the
out here
Girl.
doing his thing. And like usually when I get through training, I usually give them pizza and something to drink, and they send them on home. But he
And that's
came
something that's
through.
sponsored by you, right? Correct? Out of your
Yeah,
pocket?
everything I do on my own. I go buy meat. Uh, I go get the grill. I clean the meat. I season the meat, and I make sure they eat. Don't nobody give me nothing. I go in and do what I got to do, and then sometimes it might hurt my pocket, but I still do it.
Absolutely, man. I wouldn't have it no other way, man. And we definitely appreciate you doing it. Q4, Jay Easy.
Man, I just been listening to everything y'all been saying. So I think it's a good effort that y'all giving back to the community because a lot of the times the resources are very limited. So I definitely salute and respect what you're doing for the community and building it up.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, man. Shout out Daryl Shepard, man, and all those guys down there in D-Town, Texas, man. Dirty Dallas, Round Rock, man. I know some guys up in San Antonio. Matter of fact, and I want to take this moment real quick while I got it on my mind. Shout out, shout out my boy Jamarcus Webb, man. He's doing awesome things right now uh, for health and wellness and kids that want to be able to be in sports and the underprivileged. And also, I want to send out to shout out to my boy Vert out in Port St. Lucie, and then I want to give out a shout out to Zodi. I can't forget you out in Bradenton, dog. What's up, baby? I love y'all, man, and hopefully we're gonna get down there in Florida real soon and be able to rock it out, man. But yeah, to keep on going, man. So just tell me about your current coaching staff right now.
I got my main man that stick with me no matter what. He finally opened up him a nonprofit named Christopher French. His is called Thugging for Christ. Well, he's helping underprivileged kids. Sometimes he have a house full of kids on the weekend. Sometimes during the week, picking them up, taking them to practice. He do a lot. Feed them when the parents won't bring nothing. So he doing his thing, and he fighting against all odds to make this thing work. And I'm fighting with him.
And he's your defensive coordinator, or what does he have?
He
What does he
run the
specifically coach
offense.
on? Run your
He run
offense,
the,
and okay.
me. I just
So you
like
want
to.
to give me
I mostly like to do special teams, but I'm gonna help out everywhere because I'm all over the
and,
place.
and who's your defensive coordinator? Y'all got out
We do that together.
there, man.
We do it all
Okay,
together. You know, if he running something and I see something, then I tell him what I'm seeing. Then I might go running.
definitely, I got you there, definitely. And
So no matter
who's
what, we got each other. We got each other back. I do when I do come out to Texas. I'm usually in the Round Rock area, and I do have kids that I do train in that area also.
okay?
Last month I was in Anniston, Alabama, and I trained some kids in that area. So wherever I go, man, I just try to leave a mark, man. Let them know that somebody out here care about what happens to you and what you're doing and how you get there.
Man, honestly, I didn't even know you was out in Alabama, man. Because of course, that's my part of my old stomping grounds too. When I was doing my thing, I'd be out in Alabama in Enterprise and Dothan area type deal. Yeah.
Yeah.
So damn, I mean, so any mental any names that we know that you have as former athletes that have made it to college, or what are your percentage of getting kids that's from Pee Wee to high school to the through the ranks at college, and do you have any professional athletes, anybody that helps your program,
Um,
like honorable mention names,
I
anything?
done deal with quite a few. I know a lot of athletes. Um, I know Anquan Bolden. I've been knowing him since he was a young kid. Um,
Okay,
I've been knowing Devin Hudson since he was young. Uh, Mike Merritt,
free.
rest in peace. Um,
Hmm.
shoot, it's a long list. It's a long list, man. Um,
Yeah, Devin.
I
Devin's
don't I
definitely a
don't
legend, man.
I don't ask nobody for nothing, and that's what a lot of people expect you to go on. Oh yeah, go ask somebody. Nah, I ain't asking you for nothing. Cause if it's on your heart to do it, you'll do it on your own. I ain't asking for nothing. If I gotta suffer or I can't afford to pay something, then that be on me on on my choice. But I'm gonna help save these kids, man. And we gonna give them their bet. We're gonna give them all we can give them. See, even at banquets, the city of Riviera Beach, they always have their own caterers, but they don't be wanting me to cook nothing. But I bring some food that I cook for my squad. I don't care what they say. We buy our kids, we buy our kids trophies better than their kids. Our kids trophies have their picture on there, so we want them to go home with memories. So the
It brings
trophy
up the
they get
next question: that what percentage of those banquets donations go to inner city youth? That's another good question, as opposed to going to predominantly white or prominent universities or high schools that kind of like IMG. They kind of like a different, so I know they get like hella donations. So I wonder what the kind of breakdown is on that.
from my understanding, I don't see no donations coming from the city. The city just get a certain amount of money to go towards the park and rec, but they still have to pay a small fee to play. So I look at Riviera Beach as cheap, is because if you're from the city, it's 85, and if you're not from the city, it's 95. Whereas you go other places, they out of like 150 and all the way up to $500 for the kids to play.
Oh my God, man! I'm thinking
And
that
then
that's an event that the city should be able to sponsor through like
yeah, but I
Chamber of Commerce or something like that.
But I can't really get mad at the city because of that small fee that they charge them. Because after the away games, they feed the kids and they take them to the game on the bus and bring them back. Ain't nobody else doing that.
Yeah, and we're applaud them for their efforts, but I think they can go a little further more, or if it's not going to go further more, then allow the people that will go, like Teddy and you, to go that extra mile for that kid, so they can feel accomplished in life. Man, there's no better feeling in the world than to know that you got everybody in your corner supporting you, and that they got that little inclination in that dream in you that you don't have in you, so you can make it to the next level, man. That's just all I'm saying, man. If you're gonna do it, it's already expensive enough for parents, in this time and age, let alone with just food and feeding their kids and getting them back and forth to school, paying bills, clothes, and everything like that. And then that also brings city to the money to the city too. So, and they use those things to bring in events too. So don't let them fool you.
Oh yeah, because what they do,
Yeah.
I know what they do. It brings a better income if it makes the city look real good. They
Hmm.
get more. They get donations. They just don't tell us about it.
Yeah, absolutely. They're getting in between them time frames and what their nonprofits
We
are
we
allowed
we,
to
we,
earn money
we,
and give
we
away.
understand what the city councils are doing now. City councils
Yeah.
are sitting up there. The city council is running these cities now because what they've done in the past, they done paid these. They done paid the mayors. They done paid the mayor to sign ordinances that the mayor don't have a voice, so the city council can run the city, and that's what's been going on in a lot of these cities all around the country. So a lot of cities,
Yeah.
the mayor don't have no voice. He just
Yep.
deaf.
That's kind of what happened with the gerrymandering in Texas. First started in Dallas County up there, and the tax commissioner was trying to tell everybody, they even trying to vote me off of the board, and y'all pretty much just letting it sitting here happen. But I blame it on the Democrats, because once a Republican gerrymander, you can go and do the same thing and rezone your district too as well, and then y'all both have to come to court and meet up with it. But that's a different topic for a different episode, man, that we'll get into on another day because that's like an open a can of worms up, man. So tell them where they can find you at, on your social media. If they wanted to send blessings by donations to you, where they can, send that to your Zelle or your Cash App or whatever you have available for them.
Well, my Zelle is my phone number, 561-601-2623. My Cash App, I have two of them. I have Golden Touch Events, and I got Golden Touch Events II. So
Okay.
we accept them donations because it's definitely gonna go to a cause. Even like if kids can't pay to play, we donated that too. They need some clothes or shoes. If we got it, we finna get it. We get it to that too.
School supplies and all that good deal.
Yeah, we make sure.
Hell yeah, man. Definitely, man. So those links, guys, will be in the descriptions and in the comments, y'all. If y'all want to reach out, man, because I know my viewer family always like to support. I mean, again, this is our people pay. Let's support and help raise our community back to the promise it should be at. If we can't do it together, then we'll perish separately, definitely.
That's right.
Rico, thank you, man.
Appreciate it.
Yep, yep. Okay, up next, we got Brandon Mighty Mouse DeRosier. BYB Mega Superstar, man. I've been watching this cat, man, since back when he was first going with BYB. When they wasn't even on TV yet, dog. Let me tell you, I was watching them motherfuckers when I had to pay through a link app. You know what I'm saying? And web stream it on a page, man. So, man, I want to welcome one of my good friends, one of Rico's good friends, to our house, baby, at Houston Sports and Net, baby. BYB superstar Brandon Mighty Mouse DeRosier. What's good, baby?
What's going on, man? What's going on? How y'all doing?
Good,
Everything good.
man. Good, man. Glad that you could come join us, man, and talk a little sports and sports politics, man.
I appreciate it. I appreciate it. What's
Hell
going
yeah,
on? Talk
man.
to me.
So chilling, man. I just want to kind of, dive into your life, your career, man. Just get the kids in the future and the people that, interested in boxing, little jewels that they won't be able to get at, in the streets or have to pick up the hard way and lessons that they don't want to learn in boxing. So just tell the people, how you got started, you know what I'm saying? How long you been doing this and if are you sponsored and if you're sponsored, how that works, you know what I'm saying? With you being with BYB and all that, just dive in and let us know something, man.
All right. I basically got started with boxing when I was younger. Probably when I was in Revere Beach. There was a police officer by the name of Gary Wilson.
Shout out Riviera
Basically,
Beach, baby.
yeah. Basically, Gary Wilson seen me get into a fight in the park one day, and he basically gave me an option if I wanted to go to jail or the gym. So I basically chose the gym. So no, once I got into the gym, I fell into it for a while. Then I ended up falling back away from it. And then just something just gave me the spark to want to jump back into it. So, I got back into it. I was, playing around with it. I got one of my best friends who was the champion, the featherweight champion of BYB, Harold McQueen, spoke about BYB, letting me know that it was bare knuckle, So once he told me bare knuckle, I wasn't really, I ain't really care. I fight so much in the street. I was just basically saying, shit, let's just do it. You know what I'm saying? So
Yep.
once I got into it, I got into my first match. I've been with BYB probably like a year now. You know, I'm
Okay.
actually was ranked. I'm ranked number 4. I was ranked number 4 with them. Now I don't know the ranking right now, but what's the year out because I just took a loss on a whole nother level, which I'll explain. But I've been with them for a while, and I can say it's been a blessing. Everything what it's been a blessing. They love me. I love them. It's a roller coaster.
Okay. I appreciate letting you know that police officers are inspiring people still, man. That's the type of community I would like to be around, man, for us to be able to police our community and give us options because everybody know people make mistakes, man, and it shouldn't be held to you, man. Not if you're truly forgiveful and ask for repentance, man. So what was your actual first fight like, though, man? Well, I mean, how did you specifically know that this was it for you, man? When you started, was it the sparring time? Was it like what? How was that like?
My first professional fight with bare knuckle.
Uh huh.
You say my first professional fight with bare knuckle. How was that?
Yeah. How was your first initial fight with Bare Knuckle?
My first fight was wild. I didn't really know what I was getting myself into. It was just something I just knew I was fighting. I love to fight, but it is a big difference from boxing from being inside of the gloves. Yes, it is a big difference, and I can't say it'll make you think twice about really being in there if you really got the balls or not. Every shot is not
Explain the
don't feel.
differences real quick. What's the difference between the? I'm assuming y'all was 4 ounce, right? Oh no, this 4 ounce is UFC, right?
So yeah, so no, with bare knuckle, we don't use gloves, period. You get wrapped at the knuckles. You're pretty much like a
Okay.
street fight. So it's pretty much like a
Okay.
street fight, a person with skills. You're pretty much boxing with no gloves. So if being in everything changes with no gloves. Distance, how hard you get hit, the timing of the punches, everything changes because everybody know once you got your hands, you can let them fly a lot faster without gloves. So with gloves, you'll sit there and you'll take certain shots. With bare knuckle, you can't take certain shots because certain shots will split you. Now that's one thing I'd have
Mm-hmm.
been cut before, so it'll make you think twice. With my last fight, what was so funny to me is I wasn't nervous at all. Most fighters get them type of butterflies. I just didn't have butterflies. It was just I was just ready to go. But it was a lot that happened into that fight. Which I not gonna explain, but it's a big
No, I
difference.
know you wasn't scared, bro, because when you came out, you popped the shit out of him. When you popped him, he went to the corner like, "Hold on, let me recuperate." He like he wanted to go just like this here and pull out the pistol
So
on your ass, bro.
just to give an insight, like, this was actually my first fight. I actually did no camp. I actually worked for Amazon 12 hours a day, running in and out. You got to make a certain time. So I wasn't really able to sit down and do any type of sparring. I wasn't able to do nothing. The only thing I was able to do is come home off of 10 hours a day, 8 hours a day, or depending on what time I finished my route and got straight to punching the bag, probably 8:30 at night, 9:30 at night, run a couple miles, get back in and do the same thing. So my body was exhausted, once I got to the point. I'm from Florida, the whole breathing situation with Denver was way different. So my body wasn't adjusting to that.
Mm.
So it was a lot going on. Me and
That
my coach
altitude,
actually,
yeah.
yeah, the altitude, it threw me off. But even with that, the mental part of it, just knowing I didn't have a camp, I was up there by myself, experiencing the first time of a crowd booing at me. Had that experience. Everything just wasn't my way. I kind of, I kind of beat myself up before I got in there because I knew I was doing what I was doing to him. I couldn't adjust in there the way I wanted to. I know this guy
Yeah.
put the work in. I can look at him. I can tell what he's doing. I can see how he moving. I can tell he putting the work in. I started to laugh at myself in the ring because he was doing what the hell I wanted him to do. But
Yeah.
mentally, it just wasn't there for me. My next fight would be a lot better. I'm just working on certain things now, trying to get the program and everything rolling. I don't
No,
have
because
sponsors.
I can agree with you, bro, on that on Denver, man, in the altitude. Because I played a game out there when I was in college, and when I played that game, bro, man, I tell you, it was outside, bro. It was so hard to
Oh,
breathe, bro, and it
it's
wasn't
hard
like
to
cramping
breathe.
or sweating. It's just like your
I
body. If
was
you're not up there
shit.
like a month and a half or something before to adjust,
See, I know
because you're not.
now. I know now. So I will be taking more fights up there because I'm a Florida boy. I never seen mountains. So that was
Mm,
very, very, very beautiful for me to see. That's actually a place
pretty
I would
man.
love to go and sit down and relax. Actually, when I get ready for my fights, if the sponsors and everything is correct, I can probably take 2, 3 weeks, so maybe a month up there in Denver and getting my cardio up and under control because of the elevation. Knowing probably where I'm fighting at, that's something that I would love. I love being up in elevation now that I see how I feel because it made my lungs actually feel good when I got back to Florida. So, that was
Yeah,
a big
but you
up on it.
mentioned that punch though when you said you were setting him up and you seen that you had him right where you wanted him, and that's kind of I figured out how I knew my son was ready and he was made for that shit is because he was in there whooping his coach's ass, and I looked and compared to what he was doing to what you were doing to him. I said, man, I say Mighty Mouse is wearing his ass out. I'll be real with you. I wish when you punched his ass that first time that you would have threw him a little couple more combinations in there, but it's all good. Lesson learned. Everybody gonna have to, the opportunity to learn on something. So yeah,
Yeah,
definitely. But you had his ass the whole fight, bro.
I had him, man, but and then the way he hit me in the eye, that shit felt different. You know, he really
That
poked
bad
me in
knuckle,
it.
dog.
Yeah, he really poked me in the eye. I recovered from that, but once I got hit with that shot, the mental part of that whole shit just took over. I started questioning myself by certain shit because I knew I couldn't move. When I seen the replay,
Mm.
I knew I seen myself like, goddamn, my feet wasn't correct. I wasn't moving correct. My timing was off. All that shit was frustrating me. And me and my coach not on that level to where we're communicating as a whole. You know what I mean? Because we haven't had really that experience actually working with each other. So that's why I'm trying to just get myself rolling with sponsorship and shit so I can, get moving forward.
But then again, though, bro, I bring up the point of it being bad knuckle to say this: if it had been a closed boxing glove, he
Oh,
wouldn't
I
have
would
had
have
the
killed him.
opportunity to
Oh, I
poke you
would
in the
have.
eye. You
No, I
know what I
would have.
mean?
Yeah, I would have killed him.
And
But
why in the
that's
fuck the
just me.
referee? This is my second question. Why the fuck the referee didn't take points away from him on that shit?
They
That's what
don't.
I
They
would
don't.
expect
They
next.
don't. They don't see everything. You gotta understand. They looking for certain things. It's bare knuckle. They can't really see them hands flying like that if it's a poke or anything like that. I even said something to
Man,
him about
I
it being a
seen
poke,
that
but
shit.
you know what? You gotta understand too. It's his hometown. Nigga, it's not a lot of shit finna go my way. I'm not the fan favorite. That shit is really. That's it really a factor. You know what I'm saying? If you're not a fan favorite, the whole time favorite, boy, that you don't knock that boy out, it'd be a problem. But I guarantee that they
Hey,
give me a rematch. I know what I do with him.
hey, ask Rico. Ask him. Tell him we were talking about it, man. If that motherfucker would have hit me, boy, we'd have been out in the street fighting like a
Yeah,
motherfucker,
that
dog.
fight would have been
Shooting.
over with. That would have been over with. They've been throwing pipes, bricks.
Hey, easy, Jay, easy. You think you can be able to do that bare knuckle shit? Which one would you do bare knuckle more so? Because that to me, that's like some gladiator type shit. Or would you like do? Would you rather do like regular fucking boxing, bro?
I'm a like traditional boxing fan, martial arts type of dude, but I just started watching bare knuckles recently, so I'm just old school with it, but I respect it though, because that shit takes a lot of courage to do that bare knuckle, man.
So it
Man,
ain't
that
easy.
almost remind me of Greece when they was in a coliseum, bro. Hell yeah, man, that is crazy, man. But so and think speaking about your coach, who is your current coach, man? And but what's your actual like? Because I was always curious about this, so it's just a question of mine.
All right,
What
so
is a actual boxer's professional training regimen?
I got a guy. But I can tell you the bench training record, but my actual coach is AJ Easley. He's up in Las Vegas. With
Shout out
that's
AJ Easy.
But I'm not able to connect with him right now because I don't have the funds to get back and forth. So basically, when I get the fights, we see each other. He probably send me some videos and I start working on things in that nature. But I don't have nobody to correct myself. So as far as being in the area I'm in Florida now, no, I don't have a coach. I basically do everything on my own at the moment.
Okay. So Jay Easy, man, appreciate you for looking out for my boy, man. If you can, throw some more his way, it'd definitely be appreciated. But we're gonna definitely try to look into getting him some sponsorship as well, man, and some work out there. We know a few guys out in the Miami Beach area, so we're gonna go try to look into that, man. So
Do you
explain to
have
me,
any?
bro, about
Hold on.
explain to people. I'm
Do you
sorry.
have any boxing stuff in the boxing bag? Punching bags and stuff.
Yeah, I
Do you
got a
have any
bag.
things to box with?
I got a bag and all that. I got a bag I hit every day. That's something I do. Little stress
So what
relievers and
about the
things
what
and
about
that.
the You ain't got no trainer gloves? The trainer bag? Would they be? Would the trainers use?
Yeah, I got all that. I ain't got none of that stuff, but I got the basic stuff for me. Like for me to go and hit my bag and move around, do footwork and all that.
Yeah, but you're gonna
I
need
try to.
somebody in front of you to box with too. To box to do punching.
Yeah, see, that's what I don't got. That's why I said I'm basically
Well,
doing everything on my own right now.
well, you need to call. You need to let me know some of that stuff. I might be able to get it for you. They've been saying I'm your daddy.
Shit,
So
might
you
have to
say
do that
no,
shit.
huh?
Do that shit Rocky style. Remember Rocky was in the butcher shop or whatever, fighting the meat, punching the meat and shit.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yeah, straight up,
you
bro.
gotta
You
do
ain't
all
lying.
type of shit to get your knuckles right, man. Because they said that after fighting After a full fight to bare knuckle, dude, somebody got to go to the hospital, man. You ain't gonna be able to use your cell phone because you can't bend your hands. Your hands be sore for
Cauliflower
days.
ears, some more shit, boy. I didn't
Oh
see this
yeah,
nigga. Brandon
man.
Bird got his ear so fucking huge, dude. That shit like, and he don't go get it poked and shit. So it just stays like that to his
Man,
next fight.
Brandon Bird, that's my boy. Much respect to him, but that boy remind me of Jimmy Neutron. He got a big ass fucking head. And that's one
Yeah,
thing I learned too. You can't punch nobody in the head, boy. You gotta go for them body shots, boy. You gotta be careful with them head shots, cause you'll break your
Stay
head.
away from that
mm,
forehead.
It ain't no
Forehead
yep.
way,
most
boy. And
dangerous
and,
trait.
and Brandon Bird got all head in that motherfucker. Good
Yeah,
luck
if you
staying
gonna go
away
for
from
something,
that
it be that
shit.
soft spot on that nose or something, man. But yeah, I fuck with him, man. But I just noticed that motherfucker that got some ears on him, boy. I
Yes,
swear he got
Lord.
some ears on him.
He
Jesus.
MMA. I think Brandon main thing is MMA. His main thing
Yeah, yeah,
MMA,
you can
but you
tell.
know, yeah, that boy doing his dollar.
Yeah, yeah. Shout out to Brandon Bird, man. Hopefully we can get y'all together again, man. Hopefully on here one of these good days, man. So what I was gonna say though, man, explain to my viewer family, man, because I know I've been watching from the beginning, man. But explain to them how the growth and the process and how you grew with BYB from the start when they started from streaming now to y'all being on TNT on live events, and I think y'all on Fuse to us. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
You say how the experience been with it?
Yeah, explain the bare knuckle whole process, like how you got with the bare knuckles, how you took,
Like I said,
they
my
attitude,
boy,
you added your wealth, your goodness to it.
basically, my personality, man, being around me, man, you always gonna have fun. I'm an asshole and a gentleman at the same time. So being with BYB, it gives you an opportunity to express yourself. I'm just a goofy person all around. You know what I mean? So, being around me is hard, but it's easy. I'm aggravating everybody. I'm playful as shit, but I'm still ready to fight. You know what I mean? You really can't tell what's really going on with me, man, because I'm always gonna have a good time. The whole thing with BYB, man, I don't know. I think the people love me a lot. I'm always joking, man. My fans love me. You know what I mean? Everybody that come into an encounter with me, man, there's always something positive. I'm not, no matter how big I am with it, or, I'm always interacting with the fans. I'm always talking to people. I'm always having fun with the community. I show much support. I show much support to people as possible. You know what I mean? If you ever see me on the streets and I got something in my pocket, you ask for it at the right time, it might be yours. I'm just that type of person. And I'm not afraid to talk to people, give them a number, share love, hang out with you. You know what I mean? So I think with that type of attitude, being a fighter, I think that was probably one of the ways I was able to grow with BYB. You know what I mean? I love the hell out of those people. Shout out to everybody there. Mel, that's one of our best matchmakers, man. You got, the owners, Greg, and all them boys there, man. Shout out to all them and a couple other fighters. It's just, it's the family part of it, man. It's just being part of that organization. It's not a normal organization, it's more family. And I think a lot of them see me as more of a family than a fighter, in some aspects of it, man. We have fun. It's just,
Right. I mean, obviously they have no other choice. So I've seen you grow with them from, like I said, from the streams, from when y'all were streaming on channels to now y'all on TNT and
oh yeah,
Fuse,
man,
and yeah, man, it's
it's something big. It's more money in it. You know what I mean? It's something big. It's more investors in it. People loving us. We starting to get more viewers. People are starting to
well, it's
understand us with
unique.
the
It's
bell.
just very unique, man. I mean, nobody's
Yeah.
doing bare knuckle
And
boxing and then
we
also
in a
the shape of the
triangle.
ring.
Yeah, we in a
Exactly, bro.
triangle. You can't run in there. It ain't like BKFC where you can haul ass and do a
No,
circle. You get cut off in
no,
that
you
bitch, you
can't
gotta
get tired
bang.
of it. Yeah, yep, you
You
got to
gotta
bang.
bang.
That's what it is. You got to punch, baby. If you don't know how to punch, you better start.
You got a problem. Yes, sir.
Yeah, yes, sir, man.
I
And
think we got I
I,
think it is a 97% knockout rate. So, guaranteed seeing it show you and somebody get his ass knocked out.
boy, shit. If you feeling, look, this is what I see. Sure, punch, pow, instant match. Sure, punch, split, bleeding everywhere, all over the ring. Like, don't
Yeah.
even clean the shit up, type shit. Like, just keep going. Like, hey, the doctor was like, I seen one of them motherfuckers get split, the big one in heavyweight. He split his shit all the way from here, all the way over there, and the doctor still cleared him play. I said, woo,
Boy, it
still
be
cleared
some
him play. He
people
said,
that
can you
get
see out of it?
this motherfucker get better than hitting that motherfucker with hematomas look like baby diapers. There's all type of shit going on in that motherfucker. You know what I mean?
Man, I mean,
I done seen motherfuckers in that bitch with crime scene, murder scene going on. You know them to stop the fight, they still fighting. You know what I'm saying? Some people with the bloodiest faces still win. So it's not about what you're seeing. It's how a bitch moving in there. You know what I mean? Them
That's
little
definitely.
short shots, this bare knuckle, man, the smallest shot fucking hurt. But you know, my experience with bare knuckle, the most hardest shot is a fucking jab in the mouth. I don't give a fuck about no other shot. It's that jab getting hit in the mouth. That hurts. When I fought my boy Andre Ward, we jabbed each other in the fucking mouth, and I swear to God, I told myself I'd never go through that again. That shit hurt. Excuse my
Yeah,
language.
yeah,
But
yeah.
being jabbed in the mouth, man, oh my God, that's probably the worst shot I ever been hit with bare knuckle. It hurts.
Yeah, man. They can say what the fuck they want to. I'll regular box, but I know at least one time people can say what the fuck they want to. I'm gonna try bad no boxing. What the fuck ever. Anyhow, uh, so moving on to we were speaking about regular boxing, man. And of course, you know the big fight is this Saturday, Canelo versus Crawford, man, on Netflix, September 13th. Uh, who you picking? What round, or is it gonna be decision? What do you see playing out in the Canelo and Crawford fight?
I like Crawford. I like Crawford to kill Canelo from the reason Crawford's going to use distance. I feel Canelo's going to try to be aggressive for the simple fact that Canelo is doing distance. Canelo is fighting a different style that Canelo's not really used to. And I feel Crawford let his hands go a lot more. I like to say it's going to go the distance, but I like to say Crawford is going to get the best of him between the third and the fourth round, going towards the sixth round. It's going to be a problem for Canelo, but Canelo will adjust, and they're going to ride it out to the end.
Yeah, I got Crawford too, but I will say this about it: Crawford hasn't faced a calculated fighter like Canelo has been. Even though Canelo, I think he's had some matches that he probably he could have lost possibly, and he picked some sorry ass opponents too. So
You
the
don't, as
quality,
a
I don't
fighter,
believe is the better.
so a lot of people understand as a boxing man, as a professional athlete, you don't pick who you fight. You don't have that option. That's your team job. I'm here to fight. That's what they work on. If the numbers are correct, we go and do it. They're not gonna bring me a stupid ass fight if I, you know what I mean, if they wouldn't, you know what I mean? That's why I accept the fight because my team brought it to me. I didn't pick the fight, I accepted the fight. So a lot of people gotta understand it about professional athletes, man. You know, you can look at Mayweather, that motherfucker is different. He was his own manager, he was on his own everything. He created his own thing. But from fighters that's doing it from the ground up, man, that's really grinding with it for real, they don't really pick fights. And you got some dumbass fighters that I know from experience with some people that I talk to on a day-to-day basis. There's dumbass opponents. You know, they just want to go get a check. So
Mm-hmm.
some people made themselves as a high quality fighter, but probably not into it as that much no more and just see it as a check. You know, they go out there and get a check. So it may look like a sorry fight, but boxing, you cannot play boxing. So no fight is easy. Anything can happen with one punch in the gloves or out of the gloves. So I just don't believe in, people picking fights. I think that's just up to your managers and your whole team. That's what you got a team for.
Yeah, and so much part of what Mayweather did, you know, with that knowledge that he was able to obtain from Jay Prince when he was down there working with him and be able to expand his know how to be able to expand his own horizons. You know, Jay Prince was doing the same thing at the same time, looking for fighters. He
This
got
is
you know him, and then
this is
ended up getting Andre
entertainment business,
Ward.
man. If you can entertain, the people gonna love you. That's one thing a lot
Absolutely,
of people
man.
forget. If you're not having fun with this, you're gonna have a fucked up career. It's just point
Yeah,
blank,
yeah,
period. You gotta have
really.
fun with this, man. You can't go out here and really create beef. You can't really get to these stages and really get out here and think you're gonna smack somebody and do all that because once we get out of these cameras, bro, we still finna be by each other. We probably in the same hotel. So you just gotta learn, man. It's a
And that's
different
what I was
thing.
gonna say too, bro. I like that shit too. Like them pre-fight, that BYB pre-fight when y'all going to do, you know, y'all before the night before the fight. I forget they call that shit when y'all do y'all
Oh,
heads up
that'd
and
be
shit.
real beef. That'd be real beef going on with them,
What
boy.
nigga? I know. You know the most
That'd
exciting
be
one nigga
real
was
beef, man.
when you slapped the shit out of homeboy the night before,
Yeah. That was some real
nigga.
shit because he tried me in the lobby. And that was some
Man,
different shit. I really popped off on it because in my mind, I'm from the hood for real. You ain't finna run up on a nigga without doing no shit. He ended up running
but
up
you
on
know
me. I
what?
popped the shit
I
out of
was
him.
interested. I was interested. I waited for the fight. I paid for the fight, nigga. I waited for that one. I was like, ooh, he finna fuck him up.
It's so crazy because that's my best friend today. That's my debut
Yeah.
on me. That's my
So
best
y'all
friend
y'all
today. We
good.
talk. Oh yeah, man. We talked probably like we had a lot of beef. Shit, we probably just got good probably like 6 months ago. You know what I mean? But that's one of my best homies, man. We talk a lot. He actually talked to me, one of the first people I talked to in my last fight. We give each other advice and all that. He actually got a big fight coming up this weekend. I think he's doing bare knuckle more time now. I think they got some new league. He's going up doing that. So, shout
Oh
out to that
wow!
boy. Yeah, they doing some bare
Shout out
knuckle.
to Bare Knuckle
MMA.
Muay Thai. I'm gonna have to check that
Yeah, so
out,
they got
dog.
that. They got that going. This my boy, the Lion. He called himself. I can't think of his
Okay,
name right now. I can't really think of his name, but he's the Lion. That's who's basically doing this thing. My boy Ward.
okay. So man, so tell me, man, what's next for you in sports, man? You got any plans on getting back in the ring? And if you do, who you see
Oh
yourself? Who would you like to see yourself in the ring with? I mean, obviously, probably like the
man,
heavyweight champion, probably. I
uh,
mean, the champion, right?
I really honestly want my rematch with this last fight I just went through. Just because I know I didn't give myself the effort that I wanted to, and I need to better prepare myself. But I really don't know who I'm fighting, man. I'm one of them anybody can get it type of guys. As long as my mental is on point and I got the right things going on around me, I'm accepting whatever. But I really don't know what I got going on next. I'm just waiting for the phone call. I'm still part of the family, so I'm just waiting on the next phone call. I gotta actually start getting myself together, staying in shape, so I ain't gotta get ready when they finally do get the call.
Oh, so are we hearing it first here on Houston Sports and News that you telling him to run that shit back? Is that what we're hearing?
You damn right, I want to run that shit back. You damn right, I want to run
Oh,
it back.
that is, that
You damn
is
right. First quarter, I want to run that shit back. That ain't really.
what,
And I guaranteed
what?
I haven't done by the second round.
So you guarantee me you're gonna have him? You want him again? You want his ass again? And you gonna have him done by the second round?
Yeah, I haven't done by the second round. And no
Now we
question.
waiting on this response. Now he ain't got no other choice but to respond. Now.
Yeah, I'm basically, man. I'm on that shit, man. I want that rematch with that boy. That ain't, you feel me? Out of all the people
Oh,
that I done fought, that's one thing I gotta. That's a must see again type of deal.
Mighty Mouse say he want all the smoke, no plan, no BS. Man, my boy
Got
finna
to.
get at you, man. I know if he telling you that, he finna get at you. Look at the camera. He finna get at you, homie. And
I'm
I
on you,
got
bro.
him. I got him. Nigga, what's up? What's up? We there. Deep.
Yeah. That
What's
next show
going
though,
on?
it's gonna be a different Mighty Mouse, man. I wasn't really y'all let's see the difference. I just this one I didn't have a camp at all. The next one I would never go to another fight without a camp. So I have a camp on this next one.
I'm in there screaming like this here, like Gilly, but I ain't doing no pop locking and no twerking.
Well, like I said,
Man,
we be out there. When I'm out there in the field, man. Come on out there and hit some laps out there. I'm out there with the kids on Sunday.
Once I get my car and everything and things situated, I'll be out there moving around with
Yeah, we're gonna put some training wheels on it for you.
you.
I got. I just sent you a link on some stuff, so you tell me yeah or nay.
I got you.
All right.
well, fellas, I appreciate y'all, man, and to my viewing audience family. I love y'all, man. Remember that y'all can come like, subscribe, follow. Y'all can catch us on Pandora, Apple, Sirius XM, any local podcasting that you app that you have. Just pull us up, type in Houston Sports and News
East Coast
Network. We're
instrumental.
out of here, baby. I appreciate you. Show y'all some
Man, it's a
love.
lot of y'all niggas
H
getting
Town.
exposed.
He
Like
finna
open toe
expose you.
sandals.
He just told you.
Like a bitch with
Much
a dirty
love.
pussy. Y'all hoe ass niggas getting
Ricardo.
exposed.
Coach Ricardo, famous. Brightest.
Y'all
Mighty
hoe ass
Mouse.
niggas wanna talk a lot of shit.
Desrosier.
All
Yes,
right.
sir.
Much love.
Wanna claim to be something they know they not.
Salute.
But you getting exposed. Close your legs, bitch.
They turn from